You can control what you broadcast. Therefore, you can control what comes back to you in response to what you're broadcasting. You can be the deliberate creator of your own experience. Most of you aren't, not always. Many are never deliberately broadcasting, because most are broadcasting in response to what they are observing. But that's not a very satisfying thing, because if you are observing and broadcasting in response to what you are observing, then you are what most people that you know are. You are a reactionary person. You are reacting to circumstances. And so we like to think of you as deliberate creators, which means we like to think of you as deliberate broadcasters. We like to think of you as the extensions of this non-physical energy that you are, aware of the vibrational frequency between you right here in this body, in this moment, and that larger part of you. So this larger part of you, the part of you that existed before you came into this physical body, still exists. And as you sift and sort through life experience, you launch these rockets of desire. You know what you don't want, so you know what you do want. And you're doing it so incrementally that as you are launching these rockets, and law of attraction is gathering them in what we have been calling your vortex, your vibrational reality, your vortex of creation. We've been calling it many different things because we want it to be real to you. We want you to realize that you have created a vibrational version of things that are coming, things that will manifest later, and that if you realize the existence of this vibrational reality, and if you care about the way you feel, which is your relationship with it, the closer to it you are, the better you feel. The further from it you are, the worse you feel. As you deliberately feel your way into harmony with your expanded being, then, as you practice that vibration, as it becomes familiar to you, as you broadcast it more often, what happens is the vibrational reality begins turning into something that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. It's the way you turn your thoughts to things. It's the way all things that have at one time been imperceivable by human or physical experience becomes perceivable by human and physical experience. In other words, you just got to know that these things that you see around you, this physical planet and all that is on it, was at one time only a vibrational reality that through perception and realization has become what you see today. Now we know it's hard to get your thoughts around that. We know that what you want to do is look at things and respond to them. We know that you want to use your physical senses in order to devour the magnificence of what you have around you. And we want that too. But we want you first to understand your vibrational basis and to do something about making sure that moment by moment you are in vibrational sync with who you really are, which means you are more prone to love than to hate. Which means you are one who loves. You are one who loves. And if you are not loving in some moment in time because you're reacting to something that didn't seem all that lovable to you, then you have diverged from who you really are. You've caused a sort of separation between you and you. And that is the only problem you ever have. You want to blame it. You want to call the problem whatever it was that you observed that made you feel that way. But that's not the problem. The problem is you allowed yourself to be a reactor rather than one who creates your own reality. You let what you're looking at be the reason that you're offering your vibration rather than practicing yourself into alignment with who you really are. You have the capacity to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on all the time. You don't have to react to things, and yet you might wonder, well, then why would I come into an environment that isn't perfect? Why would I be born, perfect me, non-physical me, pure positive energy me? Why would I be born into contrast? Why would I be born into terrorism? Why would I be born into chaos? Why would I be born into an environment where there are so many things that I don't want to live, I don't want others to live, I don't want to see, I don't even want to know about them? Why would I be born into that? And we say, that's a really good question, and we wish we knew the answer to that. No. That's a really good question, and the answer to that is because you knew that out of that variety would be born a new and better idea. You know that you are an eternal being, and you know where you are expressing your eternalness right here in this physical time-space reality. This is the leading edge of all creation. There's not some non-physical place. There's not some heaven where somebody's got it all figured out and they're just resting there now that they're completed. There isn't anything like that. There's source energy flowing to the leading edge. And you know who's out here on the leading edge the source is flowing to and through? You. You are leading edge creators, and you're here for the joy and the delight and the clarity and the fun and for the pleasure of being out here on the leading edge. But if you're going to take this leading edge as it exists now for you, as you perceive it to be, and you're going to allow it to expand through you further, then you've got to be less of a reactionary to what's going on, less of an observer to what is, and more of a keeper to the vibrational integrity of your own vortex of creation that this contrast has helped you to create. In other words, the contrast has caused you to create a vibrational reality that really equals who you now really are vibrationally. And you might not think that that's very important, but it is so important, because who you really are vibrationally, who that inner being part of you has become because you've lived in this body and sorted and sifted and launched rockets of desires into this vibrational reality. The reason that that matters so much is because every emotion that you feel is about your, right now in this body, this personality, relationship with this vibrational reality. It matters so much because you have become more than you have so far allowed yourself to realize. You are richer than you know. You have prosperity that we can't even describe. There is a clarity about you and a knowing of who you are. There is a value understood. There is a blessed being that exists that is really you. There is prosperity and abundance and clarity and love and relationships in your vibrational reality that you are going to realize, provided you are broadcasting a signal that matches the signal that that reality is broadcasting. And make no mistake, that reality, that vibrational reality is broadcasting a signal, because your inner being is smack dab in the middle of it, sending out the signal. And the reason that you feel the way you feel all day, every day, is because you're either resonant with that signal or you're not. You are either aligned with it or you are not. You're either allowing your vibration to harmonize with it, or you are resisting it by some belief that you've picked up along your physical trail. So what is it that hinders, what is it that keeps you from realizing all of this prosperity and all of this abundance of all nature of things? What is it that ever keeps you from realizing it? It's very simple. Your attention to what is. Because you cannot hold steady the vibrational frequency of what is and be a vibrational match to the vibrational frequency of this vibrational reality that is the true what is. In other words, we want to get you to get your attention off so much of the conditions of what is right now and into the feeling place of this vibrational reality, because that's how the vibrational reality turns to the things that you want to live. And it's not just that. That vibrational reality will turn to the things. You say, oh, Abraham, I sort of kind of get this, but I sure would like you to help me get my vibrational reality. I would like to get that money out of that vortex and into the bank. I would like it to be more tangible. I can be happy for a little while just knowing that it's there, but wouldn't it be ever so much better for me if I could spend it, if I could take pleasure from it, if I could have it, if I could be it and do it and have it? And we say, yes, that was your plan all along. That's the way it's supposed to be. And the only thing that holds you apart from the creation of the more that you have already accomplished is that you keep looking at the less that is manifested so far. If your attention is upon what is, you are holding yourself apart from what would become if you weren't all wadded up in what is. Does that sort of make sense to you? And so what is, let's talk about what is just for a little bit. What is it's what you believe to be. It's what you believe to be. And why do you believe it to be? Because it is. Esther said to us in the early days as we were explaining these early concepts to her, she said, but Abraham, it's true. It doesn't feel good when I look at that, but it is true. And isn't there some value in giving my attention to things that are true? Shouldn't I be objective? Shouldn't I weigh the pros and the cons and the pluses and the minuses? And shouldn't I be factual? Shouldn't I tell the truth about what is? And we said, well, the thing about that is that when you do that about what is, you hold what is right there. So what is can't expand beyond that because your vibration doesn't let it. Your belief, a belief, is just a thought you keep thinking. And so if you're observing it, you offer the vibration. If you observe it, you offer the vibration. As you offer the vibration, then it is. And you say, well, see there? See there? That's how it is. And we say, but you didn't come to observe, you came to create. You are not one who faces reality, you are one who creates reality. And so we're just wanting to shake things up a little bit with you and help you realize that you are a creator. You are a magnificent creator, and you have the energy that creates worlds flowing through you. And everyone whom you have ever known who has been physical, who has now reemerged into non-physical, is aware of you and looking forward into your leading edge time-space reality with you. Looking forward with you. Looking forward. Those are really good words. Looking forward, looking forward, looking forward. Not looking at what is, looking forward. So sometimes you say, well, I'm looking forward to having more money or to living over there or to being with this person, or I'm looking forward to these changes in my life experience. And we say, if you really are looking forward, then you're not talking so much about what is. You're not comparing where you are to where you want to be, because when you compare where you are to where you want to be, in that comparison, you're offering a lot of vibration about where you are. So you're broadcasting about where you are. And as you keep broadcasting about where you are, you can't move to where you want to be because you are broadcasting about where you are. And so some of the things that make you prone to broadcasting about where you are is you want to explain to somebody why you're where you are. First thing you do when you get together with someone new, tell me about yourself. And we say, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Where have you been before I met you? Don't do it. Don't explain anything. Tell me about yourself. Don't do it. Resist the temptation to justify why you are where you are. Well, it's a long story. Let me start at the beginning. And let me explain to you all the hardships that I have lived that have resulted in where I now stand. And we say, where you now stand is evident to the entire universe. From where you are now standing, you are broadcasting a signal that law of attraction is responding to. And so it's evident who you are. It's evident because nothing other than what you are broadcasting can be being experienced by you. So if you could just not feel defensive, not try to justify or rationalize where you are in relationship maybe to where you want to be, but instead you could just be one who looks forward, not looking forward in the sense of creating more stuff that you then might want to observe, although that certainly will be the experience. Money's going to pile up, and so is everything else that you want. It just has to come to you. It has to come to you. It is law. But not only will all of these manifestations be your experience where you can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them, and so will others. Others will be able to observe them too once you allow yourself to realize them fully. But it's not just the manifestation of that stuff and those experiences that we are looking forward to, you looking forward to experiencing. It is also that this never-ending, exhilarating path of moving forward is what life really is. You knew it when you came. You knew that life would cause you to expand, and you knew that the fun part, you knew that the sweet spot, you knew that the rich zone, you knew that the place that you wanted to be was on that path where the thoughts are turning to things. To be in that place, to be in that space, to be in that awareness where you have managed to accomplish a vibration on purpose. And now you are witnessing the universal response to your clear vibration.